Hi guys, and welcome back to World of Tanks, and it's another subscriber series, second one, and yeah, this one's a YouTuber special. This replay was actually given to me by Jack the Ripper. They're both Xbox replays in this episode, but yeah, this was given to me by Jack the Ripper. Jack the Ripper? Jack the Ripper, and he has a I can't even speak now. He has a YouTube channel, Unicademy, and I think that's also his clan from Xbox as well. And yeah, he's going to be rocking around in the Tiger 131 and top tier in a tier 7 match on El Haluf War. Now, well, as you know, I've got the Tiger 131 myself. Fantastic tank, and a lot of people call it overpowered. I can see why. It's a Tiger with preferential matchmaking, and although it has the short 88, the rate of fire on it and the penetration are ridiculous. It is a very, very capable tank, definitely. And just quickly, while he's moving up to the northwestern corner there, for those of you that saw my tweet on my Facebook page, this video should have gone up last night, but we did have a family emergency. Everything's all right now. It was serious, but in sort of seriousness it turned out that it wasn't. You know, it was still serious, but not that bad, if you get what I mean. But everything's okay, and yeah, we're all good. So yeah, it's all good, thank you for those of you that showed you concern. Anyway, back to the match. Now, instead of going up to the corner, it's split off to the left and come up onto these two hills with that small valley in the middle. On the northwestern corner, and it's quite a decent spot to come to. It helps if you've got fairly good gun depression, and Tiger 131, well, it's not bad. You know, it's got fairly decent gun depression, and obviously with it being a Tiger, 100mm of armour on the front, and when you're top tier, especially against the lower tier stuff, with a bit of angling you can bounce quite a lot of shots. Now, he went for the tracking shot on the OI there, but the OI just stopped, and the shot went slightly wide, although the M3 Lee has just taken a very nasty hit in the side. And there's a VK3601 coming up behind him, who doesn't really seem to have noticed that he's there. Well, he has now, but he's just bounced off the front of Jack's Tiger. Unfortunately though, Jack did bounce off the front of the VK3601H, otherwise known as the Baby Tiger, which is the tier 6, and that still does have 100mm of frontal armour. Quite a capable heavy tank, the VK3601H, when it's fully upgraded, and I think that's one that I'm going to be rebuying at some point. Anyway, he's done. So Jack's now going to turn his attention to this T23E3 that's made a push through, and again, either didn't notice Jack sat there in his Tiger, or chose to try and ignore him and get round, but basically he's going round to try and flank the allies on the corner. So Jack's chased him down. There's another Tiger 131, he's just had his ammo rack damaged. The T233's got round the corner and done a bit of damage, although now he's just been set on fire, but he put it out, but that's the finishing shot, and that's his gun out of the match. Now, the enemy Tiger 131's making a push round to try and finish off that last medium that's on that corner, and Jack was lending a hand, but the BDR has decided to, well, literally I think it would have been safer to run up and kicked an actual Tiger in the balls, because I bet he's regretting his decision now of poking Jack's Tiger in the balls, so to speak. And yep, the BDR is done. That was quite a merciless put down there. Now, that medium on the corner, the friendly medium, he's no longer with us, and the enemy Tiger 131 is up there. There is a friendly heavy to Jack's right, but now there's if you see on the map, there's a tank destroyer coming up behind as well, and there's a second heavy still on that corner. Now Jack came around the corner, missed the first shot which he fired on the move, second one went in, but he has taken ammo rack damage. But the OI has just taken a hit from him, and yeah, Artie just landed one straight on top. So that's more or less that corner one. There was still that tank destroyer coming round, well, coming up the one line as well. And now there's a Cheeto on the corner. And just before that, in fact, it was quite frantic there as well. Just before that, Jack narrowly missed an Artie shell landing on him. Now here's the TD, it's a T28 Concept or HTC, very very tough tank destroyer, fantastic gun arc on the front, but it does have those dirty grey side spawns and weak spots on the side. They can be managed with it having such a good firing arc. You can sort of park it around a corner and poke your gun around and hide those mini turrets on the side, one obviously using a building or wreckage and the other one using the hull of your tank itself. But doesn't matter how you position yourself, when an arty shell lands on top of you, it's going to hurt. And yeah, he's done. The Cheetos made a push around the back, hoping, I think, to catch Jack by surprise, but he'd already turned around, although Arty has just managed to knock his tracks off. And it looks like, yeah, the Cheetos are done as well, so it's been quite a brutal and close fight on this corner, and there is a hell of a lot of wreckage from both teams up here. But Jack's team have now definitely got the advantage. They've got a 5-tank lead in the scores, and all that's left is a tank destroyer and 2 arty. So, as you can see now, on Jack's team though, there's 3 arty left, which are starting to spread out a little bit across the map. There's one down in the valley there. One of the tank destroyers is heading down towards the enemy camp, that Hellcat there. He'll probably get up there and spot some of the enemy tanks because they are bloody fast. But then again, Tiger 131's not exactly sluggish. And there's one of the arty, the M12. There's a Hummel as well somewhere. And that's one. Will he get the kill on him, or will somebody else poach it? Nope, he manages to get the kill as well. Now we've got 2 enemy tanks left, a Hummel and a tank destroyer. Not entirely sure what that one is. And Jack's on 5 kills, so let's see if he can get at least one more and come out of this with a top gun. Been a very good match so far. 24 damaging ribbons so far, so it's going to be quite a high scoring match, damage wise and XP wise, I would imagine. And it's just a case of trying to track down. Well, there's... oh, it's an 88, the last tank destroyer. Well, there he is. The Hummel, I would imagine, will be probably in the K line. There's like a ridge and a dip towards the edge of the map. And I have seen, I don't know about anybody else recently, when I first started playing this game, I saw a spate of suicides towards the end, off the cliff there into the water in around K7, I think it is, roughly. Did see a lot of those, and then it sort of phased out a little bit, and recently it seems to have come back again. I think in the last week I've seen probably 2 or 3 tanks throw themselves off there at the end of the match, or towards the end of the match, you know, and it sort of seems lost. And I know that doesn't sound a lot, but I've not really been on this map a lot in the last week, maybe 4 or 5 times. So yeah, it does seem to be coming back again for some reason. There's the Hummel. Oh, nearly finished him off with that one hit. Took a bit of damage in return, but yeah, that Hummel was done for. And yeah, Jack manages to pick up the top gun. Very good match. So he came out of that with a fantastic 125,000 silver, 4,500 XP, and that's not on a daily double. 4,801 damage done. A little measly 570 block. I say measly, no, yeah, a little bit of blocked, 570. And a good amount of assisted as well, and a base XP of 2,408, which is absolutely fantastic. And if you look at the damage that he did compared to a lot of his teammates, I would say that he really did sort of carry that match and win that corner, definitely. Yeah, very, very good match. So thank you, Jack the Ripper, for letting me have that one. And there will be links to both of the channels down in the description as well. Now, a second one, another Xbox One, like I say. This one was given to me by DonThommo, or as you guys, most of you will probably know him, as Ben from the Beard Guys. And yeah, I've been fortunate enough to be chatting to him recently, and yeah, really nice guy, as I'm sure a lot of you know, and I'm sure most of you are aware of his channel. They are, I think, the biggest Watt console contributor at the moment on YouTube. So, although yeah, I'd like to think that I'm going to give you a run for your money. You listening, Ben? I think I'm going to try and overtake you. Yeah, I don't know if that'll ever happen. Anyway, here we are. It's a tier 8 match. The AMX Chaffee is a tier 6 light tank. It does get slightly different light tank matchmaking though, because instead of just seeing 3 tiers higher, this will actually see 4, and this can and does get matched up in tier 10 matches. I have been in tier 10 matches in this. In fact, I was in one the other day trying to practice in it. I do have one, not featured it very much on the channel. And I'm not overly competent in it. I'm not too bad in it. I'm alright. I find the French light tanks sort of very, very different to any other, and not just because of the autoloader, but just because the tank itself, like power to weight ratio, etc. I do find them very different. This one is not so much, and obviously it's based on the chassis, so it does have a bit more oomph, you know, in the acceleration, etc. Oh, that was a cracking shot on the Nashorn. Took his engine out. Next one did his ammo rack, and yeah, he's done. And that's the first kill. Now, Ben has come up to, well, it's sort of the border of D5 and 6, and you've got these bushes here. And if you're in something like, well, like this, light tank, especially if you've got a very good view range, or if you've got your optics, or if you're in a very sneaky tank destroyer, for example, the E25 springs to mind. It's a very good place to come. It gives you good views, well, a good sort of line of sight, partially over the field to your right, and also the road leading up towards the hill from the enemy cap, as you can see there. And Ben's managing to spot a lot of these guys. T37 taking a shot at him. He's been spotted, so he's just pulled back off the ridge, because you don't want to be taking hits in a light tank. Now, there's the enemy Oho, but he's got his side. And Japanese super heavies, very, very tough from the front, not so much from the side. So, he's starting to work over the side of this guy. Manages to set him on fire with a nice engine shot. And he doesn't look like he's packing a fire extinguisher, so he's just burning away. All that health just ticking away. I think the crew finally got it under control, and then somebody manages to shave off his last bit of health and take him out, and that was a close shot there. Straight across the back of the AMX Chaffee. Now that T37, he's taken a bit of damage, and it looks like he's making a run down towards sort of his allies, probably to give himself a bit of breathing space. Right, now Ben's team have got quite a good lead. They've got a 3-tank lead so far. T71 making a run across the swamp there, or the wetlands, whatever you'd like to call them. And you'll notice, and this is, you know, this is good, just good standard light tank practice. If you're in a light tank and your sixth sense goes off, move, and it's as simple as that. And you know, you'd be surprised how many people don't do it. You'd be surprised how much I push my luck. Well, actually, you probably wouldn't be surprised how much I push my luck with it sometimes. But yeah, you know, and it's a practice I do try and do, but sometimes I just try and push it and get that extra shot in, you know, while I'm figuring that they might be aiming at me. But no, it's definitely better standard practice when you're in a light tank. When you get spotted on a ridge, you know, if you're on a ridge or in concealment, and you get spotted, your sixth sense goes off, just back off, just get into cover and just wait, because you don't have a lot of health, you don't have any armour, and you do have to be careful with the health that you've got. And you know, you are the eyes of the team, and that's sort of how you'll fulfill it, fulfill your role. Sorry. Now he's that T32's taken a bit of damage. And he got set on fire and taken out by the heavies and the tank destroyers just behind him there, just behind Ben, should I say. Now he's only got 5 standard rounds left, and there's a Churchill 7 down there. It doesn't have a great deal of pen on this gun. I think it's about 144. So he's switched to his premium ammunition for going up against the Churchill. Which, I mean, the standard rounds will penetrate the side of this, but if he's only got the front or the sides, front or the, you know, the turret, he's going to need the premium. and straight up behind him and just pounding away. The AT-15A, well, I don't know if it was him that took a shot, somebody did and missed, and Ben managed to put one in to the turret there. Well, not the turret, the sort of machine gun cupola, and then backed off behind the building. Now, at this close quarters with the Churchill 7 there, he's probably not going to basically be able to go undetected again. And unfortunately, just gets tracked by the Churchill 7. It's a very bad situation to be in, tracked in front of a tank destroyer. And I think there's a light tank over there as well. Yep, there he is. T-37 is still going. Now he's got his tracks back up, using the cover, using the buildings and the concealment to get as close as possible before he gets spotted and get around that tank destroyer, but not before just popping a shot into the T-37 and eliminating his gun. And now it's just a case of, well, trying to knock this guy's tracks off, just like that, and he is done. Fantastically high scoring game there in the AMX Chaffee with the battle ribbons. A lot of that did come from the fire. Well, not a lot of it, but a few did come from the fire, but that's still damage that's ticked slowly away off that guy's health. So yeah, very, very good match. High caliber, first class mastery. Well, nearly 3,500 damage done with just over 1,100 assisted and 5,349 XP. So yeah, very good match. So yeah, there you go. Two great matches from two great YouTubers. I hope if you haven't done already, you'll go and give their channels a look-see. And yeah, that's about it really. My voice is a bit croaky, but I will be back later with another video for you. I will soldier through because I persevere. You see, that's just the kind of guy that I am. There you go. Sorry. It's been a funny old week and I am very tired. Anyway, I'll be back later with another video for you. So until then, take care out there and I'll catch you next time. See you later.